Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to grow taller at any age. Let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is posture. Alright, so I know a lot of you guys probably think, oh, posture is not height growth. Posture, this is not actual bone growth. This is not how you get taller. First of all, I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. Second, posture is the easiest way you can grow taller. Alright, don't have that ego where you think, posture just, not that important, because it really is. So whenever I was like around like 18, I was already growing from the bone growth and stuff, but I was able to pull off like another inch of height just because I fixed my posture, right? So I had pretty much decent posture, but I had like some forward head posture and rounded shoulders, right? And it just like was suppressing my height, and I didn't even realize it. So what you can do to like check your posture is you just take a picture of yourself and then send it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can tell you what posture issues you have, and then you want to start fixing that. So let's say you have some pelvis problems, like maybe you have anterior pelvic tilt. If you have anterior pelvic tilt, I recommend you start doing the reverse plank every single morning. All right, this really helps align your body the right way it needs to be. And also, whenever you fix from the ground up, it also helps with your, neck posture and your shoulder posture too. If you have rounded shoulders, which I had, and I had forward head posture too, you need to be doing scapula pull-ups. Okay, so scapula pull-ups helps get your shoulders stretched out, and it puts it in the right position. Chin tucks, you want to go to the wall and you want to basically curl your neck, like do chin tuck. There's videos all over the internet on how to do chin tucks. Same with the first plank, same with scapula pull-ups. If you do these three every single morning, you're going to have way better posture. And a bonus, if you can find a workout where you can strengthen the muscles right after you get done doing the posture work, it's going to be a lot more permanent. So for example, let's say you are doing the reverse plank to fix your anterior pelvic tilt. Right after you get done by doing that, you can go on to like some glute bridges and some glute exercises to strengthen the glute muscle in the right position. Same with chin tucks. Let's say you got done doing chin tucks, you can do some neck curls right after so you can strengthen your neck. All right, so it can stay in that position. And once you do this consistently for a long time, you're going to be way healthier. You're going to look way better, and you're also going to be appearing way taller. All right, so like I said, I grew like a full inch from just fixing my posture alone. And I thought I already had like really good posture. So don't have the ego when it comes to this. So take a picture of yourself right now, of your posture, send it to ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT, what is holding me back? Like what postural issues do I have? That's what you want to basically do. That's the first part. Next, we're going to get into how to grow legs. This is where you guys all, want to learn. No one talks about this, right? No one really talks about this. Basically everyone, any high growth video I see, they're always talking about fixing posture, sleep a lot, and diet. And that's basically what they talk about, but they don't talk about how to grow your legs, right? So these are going to be the main three things that I'm going to give you guys for free that can help you grow your legs, and you can definitely see some results. So the first thing is going to be my side jumps. There's a lot of people on the internet, and they're saying like, oh, there's no science behind Maasai jumps actually correlating to height growth. All right, and then some other people are going to look at the Maasai tribe, but Maasai jumps really do work. The reason why is because they keep your bone plates active, right? There's a reason why you see basketball players that they grow way longer than normal people who don't really do nothing, right? So, for example, let's say your growth plates are meant to close around like 16 or 18. No, we're going to say 16. So for example, let's say your growth plates are meant to close at 16. Let's say you play a lot of basketball, right? You're like a basketball player. Your growth plates might end up closing around like 18 to 19. So you basically keep your growth plates open way longer whenever you are, putting a lot of stimulus on the bones, because that's just how it works, right? So definitely do your Maasai jumps. They definitely work. What I would do is I would either play a lot of basketball, right? You play basketball daily, or I would do 200 or 300 Maasai jumps on like days you're not playing basketball. And if you want to take it a step further, you can add some weight to it too. All right, that would really help, stimulate the bones. Next is going to be raised seat cycling. So this really helps, stretch your legs out. And there's not any science. I think there actually is a little bit of studies behind this. I believe there was like one study behind raised seat cycling actually being effective. So definitely do raised seat cycling. Basically how you do this is you have the bike and you put it as high as you can, and you just bike like that. Do that for a couple weeks, and then try moving it up like a fourth of an inch, and just keep going up and up and up and up and up, and eventually you're going to see height growth. All right, the more you move up the seat, that means you're basically getting taller. All right. The last thing you can do to grow your legs that I'm going to give you guys for free is using a massage gun. Okay. So this kind of goes back to the massage jumps again. You basically can stimulate the bones by using local IGF fun with the massage gun. So what you want to do, what I did every night and every morning, I would take the massage gun and I would go right around here, right? And I would hit this bone. Max intensity, I would go all the way down. That's 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps, 4 reps, 5 reps. You do that on both sides. All right. You want to do the same for the shins. The shins are a lot easier than these bones, but you definitely want to do these bones too. The shins are a lot easier because you can like literally see the shins. And then you want to do the back of the heels too. Okay. And you can definitely get some height growth from doing this every single night. And I talk about a lot of this in my course. All right. But that's how you grow your legs. Next is going to be the diet. All right. So diet is very important to maximize your health, to feel the best, and to recover the most effectively too. And the more you recover, the more high growth you get. So the diet we're going to be doing is the primal diet. All right. So what the primal diet is going to consist of is going to be eggs. Okay. You want to have at least 4 of these a day for, good testosterone, red meat, pork, lamb, and fish. Okay. You want to have a lot of fruits with this too. You don't want to make the mistake and go full carnivore because you're not going to be getting any carbs, and you need carbs to, spike your IGF-1 and grow taller. So you only want to do carnivore if you're not trying to grow taller. If you're trying to grow taller, you need carbs. Okay. So my favorite sorts of carbs is going to be berries, bananas, oranges, mangoes. Sweet potatoes are pretty good too. I know a lot of people hate on potatoes, but me personally, sweet potatoes is really good. And you can the main beverages you want to drink is water, fruit juice, and milk. Okay, these are going to be how you grow taller. This is the best diet to grow taller. Is the primal diet. All right, it's going to make you feel the best. It's going to give you the most energy. It's going to maximize your height growth. Me personally, I would try to stick to this diet for the rest of your life if it's possible, because this is really just like such a great diet to do. Okay. I think that's all I really want to talk about with the diet part. I mean, yeah, if you think you don't got the money to afford this, you can literally afford this if you just go to like a store like Aldi. You can definitely get some affordable options like red meat. Get a whole bunch of ground beef. If you can't afford like steak, get a whole bunch of ground beef. All right, ground beef tastes amazing. A meal I like to have a lot is ground beef and sweet potatoes. That shit hits the spot every time. Okay, pork is really good. Lamb is really good. Fish. Yeah, and you can have liver if you want, but don't do it daily, right? That's not a daily thing. I was talking to someone in my community about that. He was having liver every single day. You should only be having liver like once or twice a week, all right? You don't want to be doing it too much. Next, where the final part can be your lifestyle. So you need to adopt this never stress mindset. All right, you never want to stress about anything. I can't even remember the last time I stressed about anything, to be honest, because like I just don't be stressing no more. Like you got to realize a lot of the stuff you're stressing about doesn't really matter at all. Like it doesn't matter whether it's, school, work, a girl, it doesn't really matter. You're always going to figure out a conclusion. There's always going to be a solution in life. You're never going to just like, it's never over, right? You're never just going to, lose it all if you make one mistake. I mean, sometimes, but like for the most part, what you're stressing about doesn't really matter. Okay. Stop stressing. And you can basically not stress by just adopting the mindset to never stress. Right? Listen to, music that gets you pumped up and adopt that mindset where you just don't care about anything, right? That's the mindset to have. And it's a really, life is so much easier, so much chiller when you're not stressing. Okay. Next is sleeping a lot. All right. So sleeping a lot, this will also help you just not stress. Okay. So getting a lot of sunlight will also help you not stress. Get some grounding while you're outside too. Get in sunlight too, because that's going to also help your body feel a lot relieved, gonna have your nervous system feeling relaxed. And when you sleep a lot, you kind of have that chill. Because like, let's say you get like 4 hours of sleep a night, like your cortisol is gonna be so risen, like you're gonna be, running on straight up cortisol. If you just sleep like 10 hours a night, you're gonna be so chill and relaxed throughout the day. It's actually crazy. So what I recommend you guys do is for your lifestyle, you get the sunlight, you sleep a lot, you never stress. And one last tip is to just do whatever you want, right? Just do whatever you want. Don't do something because you have to do it. Just try to do something when you want to do it. That's basically what you want to do. Like, so for example, maybe at first when you're building like good habits, you need to have the discipline to start building the habits. But once you like start establishing these habits, eventually you just do it when you want. All right, you shouldn't have to be so regimented about it. Of course, this takes time with doing strict habits for a little bit. So, for example, let's say you're doing like a height maxing daily routine. You probably need to do that consistently for a few months before you can just do what you want, just because you might just stop doing it altogether and you might just go do some other bullshit. So, I recommend you spend a couple months building really good habits. And then once you build those really good habits, you just do whatever you feel like doing, because then you can listen to your body. You're not going to be stressing as much. And it's really going to be pretty chill. All right. So that's basically the video for you guys. If you want to check out my program, I have testimonials not in here, but you guys can go click the top link in the description. I have a program, of course, on how to grow taller. I talk a lot more about the stuff I talked in this video, way more advanced stuff, but this is just like the surface level, right? Also, I have a community. I'm gonna have that in the link in the description, and I also have a free guide or a free personalized plan that will also be in the link in the description too. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, goodbye. Let's go.